I'm going to attempt to kind of do a product review here. This is not something that is normally in my wheelhouse, although I love shooting. Those of you that know me, I just bought a Browning Auto 5 from 1956. Absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with it, and I go shooting every chance I get. Well, today it's about 30 degrees, and we brought a bunch of hand throwers, the plastic type. When it's cold, and you do like that, the pigeon will not release from there. It's just, you got to put them on the defrost. I thought, why not just stop in at a local Walmart and pick up a thrower. This one was 40 bucks. You know, that's a good value, but this is more like something I would expect to see at Harbor Freight. Made in China, Allen brand, and at first appearance, I honestly think like they took a design team and said, let's take the traditional thrower and use all the elements that work and then make it fit in this box right here. So it'll fit on the shelf nicely and package nicely. Okay, so we're gonna have to work around or work backwards into these sections that bolt together. Each leg is separate. The center section, and there's so many linkages in here, you get a bunch of wonkiness, and I'm gonna show you what it's gonna take to get that right. First thing I noticed, the instructions are not very clear. They're gonna show you just an assembly lineup. So in the back of a pickup truck, I determined I had to remove this center bar here. This is the only square tube that you'll get. And then the only leg that has a box to fit this tube, you know it has to go here. But when you do that, make sure that those nuts, there's like a weld nut welded on the bottom of this. Make sure that nut is on the opposite side of this bracket. You'll bolt that bracket together and then add your two legs. And you'll notice you have two different lengths. They bolt on here. The foot pedal bolts onto your short foot bracket with a linkage through and over this nut that needs to be retapped, which we're going to address right here. Now that we're done shooting for the day, we're going to fix this to where it screws in all the way. And that attaches to this linkage, which you could also attach your string to here. This will adjust your tension on the thrower. Let's tighten everything up as it is now. Like I said, if you buy this and you're out in the field, you're going to have a wrench. I didn't have one. It's almost like that nightmare I have of going to school without my pants on. I went and needed a tool in the field and didn't have one. All right, there's no excuse to this other than I guess they're just trying to get away with something. The 6mm by 1.0. This has a thumb screw. I don't know why. It could be a bolt, it could be a peg, it could be anything. But they've painted inside it and ruined the thread for me. Anytime there's cost savings and you get a good deal on something, it's because they save cost on your expense. I'm going to tighten that up, which doesn't need to be a thumb screw, like I said. You're going to leave this on all the time. To assemble this thing, you're going to need a 14mm socket. I'm going to use an impact here just for speed. And I'm going to add, which it doesn't come with, some 5/16 lock washers. So we're going to go bolt, washer, lock washer, nut. And do all the nuts that we can that way. So in your kit, you'll have a set of shorter bolts and a set of longer bolts. Longer bolts go in this location, and they also go back here. Boy, it already crushed it a little bit. This is so puny. I've got the long leg on the left-hand side and the short leg on the right. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm going to go ahead and tighten these. So we've already gone above and beyond the instructions. This trigger's working pretty good. But when you go to bring this arm back, right there, here, you can see everything's twisting. flimsy. Let's go ahead and put a bead of weld on both sides of this. So I've got the welder out. This could come loose. Let's weld it too. We're here. I mean, seriously. Happy birthday! So we've got this welded here and at the junction there. Check it out. It's still moving over quite a bit. We've got a new problem with it not latching. So back here at the trigger, we cannot put a lock washer there because there's not enough room for it to catch. We're gonna make that to where it still moves, I guess. That way when we bring the arm back, it'll clear enough to catch. Let's try it out. We don't want that nut backing off, so let's put a little weld there. That should do it. The weld's in the way. Well, that's nice. Hey! In there. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, it's like 20% better. Let's put it about there, about 3 finger widths from the opening. Oh man. Much better. Fixed up. Let's go see what it's like at. Oh my gosh, it's dark out here. Oh well. Sure. We're on safety.